Welcome to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point. The Fiat 1.4T jet engine is a turbocharged petrol engine that has been widely used across various Fiat, Alfa Romeo, and even some Jeep and Dodge models. It's often praised for its simplicity, decent performance, and good tuning potential. Here's a comprehensive review. History and versions. The 1.4T jet engine is part of Fiat's long-standing fully integrated robotized engine family, which dates back to the 1980s. While based on the reliable Fire architecture, the T-Jet introduced turbocharging to the 1.4-liter, 1,368 cubic centimeters unit. It was first introduced around 2006/2007 and has seen various power outputs over its production run, typically ranging from 105 HP to 190 HP. Earlier versions might have used IHI turbos, while more powerful ones sometimes featured Garrett turbos. It has been continually refined to meet newer emission standards, up to Euro 6. In 2009, Fiat also introduced the 1.4 multi-air engine, which is a derivative of the T-Jet. The multi-air system uses electro-hydraulic intake valve control, replacing the intake camshaft in some configurations. While offering advanced valve control, early multi-air units had known issues with their hydraulic module. The T-Jet, being simpler with conventional camshafts, generally avoids these multi-air specific problems. Key characteristics. Engine layout: inline 4-cylinder. Displacement: 1,368 cubic centimeters, 1.4 liter. Valves: 16-valve, DOHC, double overhead camshaft. Fuel delivery: multi-point injection, MPI, indirect injection. This is a notable difference from many modern turbocharged engines that use direct injection. Block material: cast iron. Head material: aluminum. Timing belt. Review and opinions. The 1.4T jet is generally well regarded by owners and mechanics. It's often described as a good Italian job and one of the more successful downsizing engines. Advantages: simple construction, compared to more complex direct injection engines or early multi-air units. The T-Jet's indirect injection and conventional valve train contribute to its relative simplicity and lower manufacturing/repair costs. Good durability/reliability. The underlying Fire architecture is known for its robustness, and the T-Jet largely inherits this. When properly maintained, these engines can achieve high mileages. Good performance for its size. The turbocharger provides a healthy boost in torque and power, making vehicles equipped with this engine feel sprightly and responsive, especially in the mid-range. Tuning potential. Due to its robust iron block and conventional design, the T-Jet has significant potential for power upgrades with ECU remaps, larger turbos, and other modifications. Many tuners can push these engines well beyond their stock outputs. Affordable parts. Being a common engine, spare parts are generally readily available and reasonably priced. Pleasant sound. Some owners appreciate the distinctive, characteristically Italian gurgle and turbo hiss, especially when pushed. Disadvantages. Fuel consumption. While good for a turbocharged engine of its era, real-world fuel consumption can be higher than official figures, especially if driven enthusiastically. It's not the most economical engine in its class, particularly compared to newer direct injection units. Lack of direct injection. For some, while a pro for simplicity and maintenance, the lack of direct injection means it might not achieve the absolute best fuel efficiency or lowest emissions compared to modern direct injection counterparts. Associated gearboxes. Some gearboxes paired with the T-Jet, e.g., the M32 manual 6-speed, sometimes borrowed from GM, have been known to have their own issues, such as premature bearing wear. This isn't an engine fault, but something to consider with the complete powertrain. Common faults and breakdowns. The 1.4T jet is generally robust, but like any engine, it has some common points of wear or potential issues. Turbocharger issues. As with any turbocharged engine, the turbo itself can be a point of failure, especially if not properly maintained, e.g., proper oil changes, cool down periods. Symptoms can include loss of power, increased noise, like a blowing fan, or excessive smoke. Issues with the blow-off valve or wastegate can also lead to a lack of boost. Ignition system. Spark plugs and ignition coils are wear items. Regular replacement of good quality spark plugs is crucial. Sensors. Faulty MAF, mass airflow, or lambda, oxygen sensors can lead to incorrect fuel metering, affecting performance and fuel consumption. A faulty temperature sensor can also cause the ECU to run a rich cold start, map constantly. Oil leaks. While not widespread, some older engines might develop minor oil leaks, especially around seals or gaskets. PCV, positive crankcase ventilation, system. Issues with the PCV module or its O-rings can lead to oil leaks and potentially affect engine breathing. Multi-air module. For multi-air versions, if you encounter a 1.4 multi-air, which is based on the T-Jet, a known problem is the multi-air unit itself. Symptoms include loss of power, rough idling, and misfires. Regular oil changes with the correct oil are crucial for its longevity. The T-Jet, non-multi-air, does not have this specific issue. Fuel consumption. Official combined fuel consumption figures for various 1.4 T-Jet versions, e.g. 120 HP, 150 HP, often range from 6.7 to 7.1 liters per 100 kilometers, around 39 to 42 miles per gallon imperial. However, real-world consumption can vary significantly depending on driving style. Enthusiastic driving will naturally lead to higher consumption. Owners have reported averages ranging from mid-30s to low 40s mpg. If consumption is unusually high, it could indicate a sensor issue, MAF, lambda, temperature, or a problem with the turbo system. Timing. The Fiat 1.4 T-Jet engine uses a timing belt, not a chain. Replacement interval. Official replacement intervals can vary slightly by model and year, but generally, it's recommended to change the timing belt every 80,000 to 120,000 kilometers, or 50,000 to 75,000 miles, or every 5 to 6 years, whichever comes first. Some manuals might state longer intervals, e.g. 150k miles for some multi-air variants. But many mechanics and experienced owners advise a more conservative interval to prevent catastrophic engine damage in case of belt failure, as it is an interference engine, meaning valves will hit pistons if the belt breaks. It's also highly recommended to replace the water pump at the same time as the timing belt, as it's driven by the belt, and replacing it later would require repeating much of the labor. Oil type and change interval. Oil type. For the 1.4 T-Jet, Fiat typically recommends synthetic or semi-synthetic engine oil with a viscosity grade of 5W40. Some applications might also specify 0W, 30, or 5W30, so it's always best to check the specific owner's manual for your vehicle model and year. Crucially, the oil should meet the relevant Fiat specification, e.g. Fiat 9.55535 S2 or other specific approvals, which indicates the required additive package for turbocharged engines. Change interval. Recommended oil change intervals typically range from 15,000 kilometers, 9,000 miles, or 12 months to 30,000 kilometers, 18,000 miles, or 2 years, depending on the specific model, market, and driving conditions. However, many enthusiasts and mechanics recommend changing the oil more frequently, especially if the car is driven hard in stop-and-go traffic or in dusty/extreme conditions. A good rule of thumb is every 10,000 to 15,000 kilometers or annually for optimal engine longevity. Using high-quality oil is paramount, especially for the turbocharger's lifespan. In summary, the Fiat 1.4 T-Jet is a well-regarded engine known for its simple yet robust design, good performance, and potential for modification. While not the absolute leader in fuel efficiency by today's standards, its reliability and lower maintenance costs, compared to some more complex engines, make it a solid choice for many Fiat models. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.